Welcome back. It's time for another book talk video. On Sunday, I talk about science fiction. So here we go, Sci-Fi Sunday. Today we're talking superhero science fiction with Watchmen by Alan Moore. Alan Moore is one of those controversial figures because he wrote amazing graphic novels, amazing comic books, but he has distanced himself from when they're turned into films. There's a great film version of Watchmen. By the way, I should point out, I know nothing about the TV series that they've made. I think it came out in 2019. I haven't watched the TV series at all. So if anyone watching the video knows about the TV series, if it's worth watching, please comment down below so I know whether or not to check it out. I just know when I initially looked at it, I thought it doesn't look like it's based on the comic. It doesn't look like it has anything to do with the storyline from the comic, and it didn't look like it was an extension of the film. I wasn't sure what it was supposed to be. Okay, so I want to talk about the comic and I want to talk about the film and tell you more about Alan Moore. I guess I'll save the Alan Moore stuff at the end. Hopefully I'll remember to get to it. I'm a big fan of Alan Moore's work. I loved V for Vendetta. Thought that was really great. I remember The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I get that the film version of The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is probably why Alan Moore doesn't want to associate with the films, and I can understand it because that film was very different from the comic books. But I would think with V for Vendetta that a writer would be proud with how they turned that into a film. I mean, he's welcome, of course, to his own opinion. It's his work. And then Watchmen, they really took a lot of the scenes from the comic and scene by scene put them on film with cinematography that looked like comic panels. You know, Watchmen's well known for the smiley face button, blood through it, and they did that really well with the CGI, special effects, the lighting. It all came together to look like a comic book superhero film adaptation. It looked very cinematic, great scale for how they did it. I had no idea there was going to be nudity in this film. That ended up having the big blue naked guy with his naked junk all over the screen a whole bunch. But it's a really fun story. The heroes and the situation they're in, the idea that someone is going around and killing off their group. The fact that the group has a history to it. And some people look at it and they say, oh my goodness, we've got sexism in here, we've got the violence. It's all really commentary on the evils of sexism. It's commentary on the bad things in our society. Because the idea of the Watchman is who watches over the Watchers. Who watches the guardians of the world? Who makes sure that those superpowered people, those superheroes, are really behaving? And I think that makes for a great premise for a story, and I really enjoy the investigative part of who's killing off their team one by one, because they've all kind of gone their separate ways and they're doing different things. So I highly recommend the graphic novel. I also recommend the film, but with the disclaimer of the nudity. You're gonna have to deal with the big blue guy with his junk just flopping around in a few of the scenes. And if you don't want to see that, of course, don't watch the film, because it's unavoidable when it happens. Alright, my last part of the video today is about Alan Moore. I had read somewhere years ago when the film was coming out, I believe, and I wish I had a source for you, and I might get some of it wrong, I apologize. But I believe he originally created the story for the comics for DC, and he wanted to use the main DC characters, the Justice League characters, villains like the Joker, maybe Lex Luthor, and he wanted those characters to be in the story. And I think that you probably would enjoy the graphic novel and the film more if you don't know that, because knowing that causes me to play little what-if games, you know. Was Rorschach in the film basically a replacement for Batman as the Dark Knight as an investigative character? Or was Batman supposed to be the other guy? You know, obviously the big blue guy would have been the Superman comparison character. The comedian, I assume, was supposed to be the Joker originally. Was Ozymandias gonna be Lex Luthor? Or was it gonna be another character that team, like Batman? I don't know. But it's something interesting to think about and analyze with the story. Alright, I've said plenty. Every day is a good day for a book talk. Peace.